good morning and welcome to another wonderful episode of The Street Assembly, brought to you by Citizens Information Network. That online television that bridges the information gap between the government and, of course, the people of the street. Today we are here at Oyingbo Street constituency, where we shall be sampling the headlines into our national newspaper this morning, and thereafter taking the opinions, the views, and of course the reactions of the street constituents of Oyingbo with regards to the news that made headlines into our newspaper this morning. My name is Rapheal Nwaneri, the Honorable Speaker of the Street. Don't touch that dial. When we come back, we shall be sampling the news that made headlines into our newspaper this morning. Welcome back. It's still the Street Assembly, and quickly let's sample the news that made headlines into our newspaper this morning. The Nation's newspaper says Tinubu advises federal government on how to fix economy, with a rider that says ex-governor, any hike in value-added tax will be a burden on Nigerians. Buhari Osinbajo orders honor Tinubu at birthday colloquium. This you can find on page 4, page 5, and of course page 14 of the Nation's newspaper. And also let's quickly go to the Punch newspaper this morning. The Punch newspaper this morning says mixed reactions as Tinubu urges federal government to revisit power sector privatization. It comes with a rider that says APC chief wants government against raising value-added tax. This news you can find on page 29 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And also quickly let's go to the Daily Sun newspaper. The Daily Sun newspaper, the news that made headlines into our Daily Sun newspaper this morning says Tinubu to federal government, don't hike value-added tax. And it comes with a rider that says it will increase hardship. He says that one are waiting Tinubu to tell federal government this morning. Also for page 40 of Daily Sun, he said Rivers PDP alleges plot to stop result collation using security reports. This one you will see for page 40 of the Daily Sun. And lastly, make we go to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The Vanguard newspaper said Tinubu to Buhari, give Nigerians better life in your next term. And it comes with a rider that says once privatization revisited, also once against tax increments, unjustified electricity charges, integrity deficiency, leadership costs Nigerians woes. This now Osinbajo and all these riders you go see for page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. When we come back, now the time when we're going to hear from the street constituents of Oyingbo constituency as they go follow us and analyze the news headline this morning. No touch that when they come back. Distinguished viewers, it's still the Street Assembly. I have with me here distinguished street constituents of Oyingbo Street constituency here. Let's quickly meet them. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Can we meet you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Kanu Okoronkwo.
Mr. Kanu
Okoronkwo.
All right, sir. And you, sir?
Collins.
Mr. Collins. All right, quickly, let's go to the newspaper, Vanguard newspaper this morning. It says Tinubu to Buhari, give Nigerians better life in your next term. And it says he wants privatization revisited. What's your reaction, Mr. Kanu, on this particular header by the APC chieftain to the federal government?
Well, it's a nice call on the issue to give Nigeria a better life in the next term. But the issue of revisiting the privatization, for me, I don't see it as a thing that the government are always serious on it, because they have every day they privatize things in this country, but still yet the thing is not working. So I expect the government that even if they have anybody in their anybody that is working with them, at least they should be issued. There should be, if the person is not performing, they should withdraw their license and put people who are capable of doing the work, not the issue of collecting it and giving it to another person. Because even if they are privatizing it again, it's still the same set of people that are handling the issue too. So they will still sit on it, the same thing. So, but handling the issue and tackling the issue is for them to review those that are on ground and the causes of their failure and what they need to make the work effective. They need to review all those things. So
it's not about revisiting it, but making sure that the ones you've privatized you should monitor them so well to see how effective they are working. All right, I'm still going to come back to you, Mr. Kanu. Sir, what's your reaction on this particular headline this morning?
To me, I would say if the APC godfather Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu should come up to say that Buhari should give Nigerians a good life in his second term. At least they should have thought of this from the first place. When you are coming in, because to me I believe he is the APC political godfather. Let me use that language. The party #1 man. He should have made known to the president, to the incoming president then, as at 2015, if I'm not mistaken, that okay, why you are going in, give these people good life. Not after 4 years. We had the first. Well, we are having the first languishing 4 years, and probably it's still a probability now that in the next 4 years we are still going to face more.
So don't you think this advice, it's a good advice, at least coming by this advice coming now, don't you think it's actually good? We should forget what has happened and see to the next 4 years.
Sir, this is a political propaganda as much as I'm concerned. You know what is going to happen in the next level. I am not a party to any party. I'm not a flag bearer to any party. I'm not a party. When I say I'm not a party to any party, I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. I'm not a card carrier. I'm not a flag bearer of any political. But the truth still remains that if he should come up to start telling the president this now, sorry, I think they are deceiving us Nigerians. We Nigerians, we've been deceived enough. It's time we stand up and go for what we really think it's worth going for.
Now, but I'm going to ask these two questions, Mr. Kanu. Please, could you come closer to me? Now, I'm going to ask the two of you this question now because it seems you guys have different divergence on this particular header. Just yesterday, the president has signed into law the 30,000 naira minimum wage. Don't you think it's a good step to a good direction?
Yeah, it's a good step for Nigerians. Yes. But the truth is, it's a good step. It's a good step, but the question still remains, how high would they hold to this? It's not just about signing. Yes, he has signed, and will that stop the civil servants being owed their salary? Because sometimes you look at, I could remember some couple of months back, I was talking to a friend who works with Nigerian Railway Corporation, and he was making me to understand that their salary is being delayed. They don't pay them at the right time. It's not about signing the 30,000 naira minimum wage. It's about implementing it in the area of paying them on time, because things are critical in this country. And the truth still remains, when the month has come to an end, you've not received your salary, the next month has come to an end, you've not received your salary, what do you expect of those people? Or what do you expect of that family?
All right, Mr. Kanu, you've heard what he said. What's your own take on the 30,000 that has just been signed into law by the president?
Well, I will not clap for the federal government because this country, the hardship is so much in the country, and people, the 30,000 self cannot even, common man, it's not enough for them to even say they want to eat, transport, or get their rent paid and other things. So it's too low compared to what we should be celebrating. So what we need government to do is to create an enabling environment, and what people can enjoy, at least believe that if I'm earning 30,000, the money I might be able to project my transport for the month, be able to pay my rent and other things. So it's not about implementing or paying, because they are even implementing, they are not paying. So there are issues in the country. The government need to revisit. Those people who are even paying 18,000, they cannot even pay the 18,000. So it's a problem to the country.
Wow. So guys, you've heard it. In fact, it's not by signing 30,000. How well the different states will make up Nigeria, maybe 36 states, go pay the salary. Not just pay the salary, pay them when they're supposed to pay them the salary. This now big question when they come out from the constituents of Oyingbo constituency. Thank you very much, Mr. Carlos, that you joined me for the street assembly this morning. Thank you, Mauga. Always a pleasure having you on the street assembly. All right, viewers, when we come back, we shall also be sampling more views, opinions, and of course reactions as to the news that made headlines into our newspaper this morning. No touch that down. We will come back.